Bro, what the fuck? What is happening? I started this stream, and then immediately I was like, oh, I really need to pee, and so I left to go pee, and I'm back. And why? God, why are there so many people here? Jesus Christ, you're gonna make me nervous. Hi, hi, hey, hi. I have not streamed in a while. as many of you are probably aware. Wait, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me, because this is gonna be really awkward if you cannot hear me. Okay. Hi, loud and clear. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so basically, there have just been a lot of things on the internet that have been pissing me off, and so I was like, what is the best way to come back to streaming full time? And I think the best way to start that is by simply talking about the things that, as I said, piss me off. Piss me off about the internet. Because why not, guys? Why not? I have a few topics that I want to talk about today. Oh my god, it's so weird. It's so weird being here. Hi everyone, hi. It's so strange. I know I need to stream more. I'm aware. I know, I will. I promise. I'm gonna stream tomorrow too, okay? I promise. It's not the religion thing, is it? No. I'm going to avoid talking about other VTubers today. I'm gonna avoid. I have learned my lesson, guys. I have learned my lesson. Oh, that's not the right button. That's not the right button either. I have learned my lesson. I have no what's it called? I have no frick, what is the word? Thank you. What is the word? I have no interest in stepping on anyone's toes. No. I've had enough drama. I think I will pass. Actually. I think I will say, not today, Satan. Thank you. We don't have. Can we not? I don't want to hype train. I feel bad. Do not throw your money at me, for I am a wee girl. And I do not deserve it. Hi. No high school-esque drama? No, of course not. That's stupid. That's so dumb. I see so... Okay, am I gonna talk about other VTubers today? What the frick, man? I told myself I wasn't gonna do this. Okay, can I have a bad take? Can I be permitted to have, like, a bad take about the Sykkuno stuff? Am I allowed? You can't get mad at me. I want to have a bad take. And you'll just have to, like, live, okay? My bad take when it comes to the Sykkuno stuff. Oh my god, where do I even start? Okay, I want to clarify. Yes, cheating is horrible. Cheating is awful. It's really bad, and you shouldn't do it. You should not do it. You shouldn't cheat. I think cheating is especially bad if, like, let's say you're, like, married. You know, if you're married and you have, like, children, then I think cheating is, like, one of the worst things you can do, one of the most selfish things you can do. I think it's awful. And I do think cheating is bad in general. But also, let's be honest with ourselves. Is cheating predatory? is cheating predatory? Yes and no, because obviously, again, it's like a selfish thing. But, like, as you said, Strife, I think that calling him a predator is factually incorrect. I think it's also just, like, it kind of brings down the sincerity of the word predator. Like, when someone is being predatory, you know, you usually think of, like, wow, he's sleeping with minors! Or something like that, you know what I mean? You don't think he cheated on his girlfriend with VTubers. Like, yes, don't get me wrong, that's bad. Don't get me wrong, that's bad. But are you serious? Are you serious? You're calling him a predator because you found out you were a side chick? Oh, my sweet, sweet baby. Oh, my sweet, sweet baby. But, like, what I'm saying is, like, yes, him cheating is bad. Him cheating does make him awful. Yes, I can totally agree. His cheating is bad. But let's call a spade a spade. He's not a predator because he hurt your feelings. Yeah, he sucks. He sucks and his poor freaking girlfriend. But let's be so for real. Let's be so fucking honest right now, bro. He is not #1 evil guy. Yes, he sucks. Yeah, that's awful, but I do not think it's that serious, to be honest. The thing is, it's like realistically, the reason why it's such a big deal to the internet is because he was not honest. You know what I mean? It's because he was like a well, my XP bar is so low. I've never done anything with anyone. I've only had one girlfriend in my life at 3014. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason everyone freaked out is because he has this persona that is so soft uwu boy. And so realistically, you wouldn't expect him to cheat, but it's an act, guys. And this is the same thing that I've been telling my audience for years. If you're an older Hunii fan, you can probably attest to this. But there have been moments in my life and my career that I've been bigger than I am right now, where I can say that I've said this. Content creation, your streamers are not people you should idolize or put on a pedestal, because realistically, when you are on the internet, the only thing that you are really seeing is what we choose to show you. We choose to show you. You only get to see content creators when they know people are watching. Like, for example, I know that you guys are watching, so it's not like I'm gonna start slur slinging. You know what I mean? Realistically, if I am not online and I am not pushing forward this image of myself, you would have no idea who I am behind this persona. And so when it comes to Sykkuno and like his image of being an uwu boy and how all of the people were shocked, horrified, realistically, you shouldn't be. I'm sorry to say this, but you shouldn't be. Because like I said, being a content creator is showing people a side of yourself that you allow them to see. I will say personally, I was warned about Sykkuno before any of this ever even happened. I heard that he was bad like 6 months ago. And I remember, because this is how the conversation went. This is exactly how the conversation went. I had this friend who's a streamer, and this friend tells me, hey, you know Sykkuno? He's a creep. And I was like, is he? What did he do? And they gave me no information. They said nothing else. They practically ghosted me. Anytime I asked for more details, I was literally just told nothing. I was told, he's a creep. Just trust me, okay? And then nothing else ever. And that kind of thing happens in the VTubing community so much, literally so much. It genuinely pisses me off. It is so consistent that I can say I have heard the same thing about almost every male streamer. It's so bad. And of course, obviously, women streamers can be bad too. But I'm just saying that art is dead, and being a content creator takes a certain amount of narcissism. That even I possess, because, despite it all, I'm still making content. I'm still here, making content. So yeah, that's my opinion about the Sykkuno stuff. Basically, to sum it up, TLDR, don't be surprised that, people you like aren't cool. We show you what we want you to see. And realistically, that's all you're ever going to see. And yeah, that was my my take. That was my take. That was my take. That was my take. The only thing that's remotely predatory about what he did is you could argue, oh, he used his status, but from what I understand, she approached him, not the other way around. Yeah. I have seen him DM, like, smaller VTubers, but when it comes to a lot of things like that, I'm gonna say something that is gonna make me sound anti-feminist when I'm very a feminist. I am a feminist, and I want to clarify that. But as a woman, there are certain situations where we can kind of get away with victimizing ourselves. And does every woman do that? No, of course not. And I'm not even accusing this VTuber who is involved in that situation, because I don't want any of that smoke. I don't want any of that drama. But from just my personal point of view, is the flirting started with her, but I also probably think she might not have flirted with him if she knew he had a girlfriend. You know what I mean? You're always right, but at the end of the day, it is always a crutch that a woman can fall back on. Yeah, exactly. I'm not even saying that this is maybe what she meant to do, but as women, we are kind of allowed to do that sometimes. And I think that it's kind of like one of those things that it's like, hey, we probably shouldn't do this, but worst case scenario, most of us will. most of us will. It sucks to say, because anyone can be a bad person. I hate to see it being a woman. And again, I don't think that this VTuber was necessarily doing that, because again, I am not involved. I do not know this person. I've never met this person. I've never had a conversation on this person. So I don't think, I don't think it's my place to be like, yeah, she's in the wrong here, because I don't care. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna be a fence sitter when it comes to her. When it comes to the woman in this situation, I am gonna fence it, bros. I'm gonna fence it. I'm gonna be right on that fucking fence. I do not want any of that. But I do think it was a bit strange for her in the call to be like, well, you didn't cheat on me. It's like, oh, okay. Not very much of a girl's girl, I see. I also do, after reading Saikuna's statement on it, I also do feel a little bit bad for the girlfriend, because it's like she said it like she did not want this going public. She wasn't made aware of this at all. She didn't consent. And it's like, I think that consent, like from the victim, it is kind of very important, because if we're really going to go by like, oh, blah blah blah, predator victim thing, she's the most victim. She was the one who was living in his house, who was seeing him every day, who was his quote unquote main lover, you know, who had no idea, you know. And so when it comes to her, I feel like she should have been asked. I just think she should have been asked. The strangest part, in my opinion, is his girlfriend deciding to stick with him after the whole thing. Well, yeah, she could have wanted to break up with him privately, but also, when it comes to like relationships and things like that, unfortunately, you're never going to know how it feels unless you are in that relationship. You know what I mean? Like, for example, this does not excuse his actions, but let's say he is a really good partner. He is like there for her emotionally in every other aspect. He provides, he pays the bills. They have this entire life plan together. You know, things like that. There are certain things that can outweigh mistakes, even though it's obviously a mistake that he has committed over and over and over again and over again. So it's like, I personally just don't think, again, it's like, it's something that we should like judge her for, because at the end of the day, it's her relationship, and we're never gonna know what it's like to exist as her and to be in her mind. You don't know like emotional dependency, or like, you know, maybe she doesn't have much ties with her family and stuff like that. You know, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. When it's repeated mistakes like that again, would you be able to trust them again? I personally wouldn't know. I think coming from experience, in my last serious long-term relationship, I was cheated on. And rose-colored glasses are like a big thing. And like I was stupid, bro. I was dumb. I was fucking stupid, bro. I was actually an idiot. And I remember seeing the text confronting him about it, him being like, "Oh no, she's just a friend." And she just like sent me those to like ask my opinion. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And in my mind I was thinking, he doesn't really think I'm that fucking stupid, does he? But you know, on the outside I was just like, "Oh, okay." Okay. You know, and so it's one of those things. It's just one of those things that I think, like, I'm not gonna judge her. Obviously, it was not to the same extent, because getting cheated on for 5 freaking years, that has to do some damage. But a lot of the times when people get cheated on, unfortunately, their thought process is not, "Oh, my partner's a piece of you know? Their thought process is usually like, "What did I do wrong? What can I change? What can..." Yeah, exactly. As Noodle said, she might be more dependent on him than realistically we would ever know, because again, it's not our relationship. At the end of the day, we don't live in that house. We don't know what plans they made. We don't know. We just genuinely don't know. No one even knew he had a girlfriend until literally like days ago. You know? So it's like one of those things that, again, in my opinion, it's like she's the biggest victim, and I feel the most for her, because that just must suck. That must suck so. And like that, I'm not even trying to play it up as like, "Ah, I got cheated on. Must suck." No, like actually that must be so heartbreaking to be there with someone for so many years, and for that to happen. I think that's so sad, but yeah, that's my opinion. That's my opinion on Saikuno and all of that stuff. I know no one really wanted to hear my opinion on that, but you guys brought it up first. I wasn't even gonna talk about the Saikuno thing. That wasn't even one of the things that was pissing me off on the internet. You guys brought it up first. Hi, Sky. Hi. Okay. What was I gonna talk about next? I got so distracted. What was I gonna talk about next? Oh my gosh. Parasocialism. And this kind of actually is like plays a part into what we were just talking about. But recently I found this like, I went down this TikTok rabbit hole. And I'm thinking about whether or not I want to show you the videos or not. Because it is truly a thing. A thing, I fear. A thing. Truly a thing. So, okay. So, to explain, I don't think I'm gonna show you the video, because honestly I'm lazy and I don't want to pull it up. To explain, we're gonna talk about parasocialism, and the reason that we're on this topic is because I went down this TikTok rabbit hole, and it all started with this person. And I think this person is like trans, so I'm just gonna call them they. Let's not say anything that'll get me banned, please. I don't care. I respect trans people. So that means you have to do it too while you're here, okay? Thank you. I don't care what you think outside of my stream, but when you're in my stream, you have to at least pretend to be... You have to at least pretend to be woke, okay? Thank you. Okay. So this is a trans person, and I'm gonna call them they. I don't really know their pronouns. But again, I'm gonna call they, or maybe I think they might go by he. Hold on, wait, let me Google their account so I know if I'm at least like saying their pronouns correctly. What if I just Google their name pronouns? I don't freaking know. I don't know. Wait. Maybe Should I just Google their TikTok? Okay, they don't have pronouns in their bio, so I'm just gonna call them a they. Okay. So I found this video of this person, and basically they were in front of the camera, and they were like, I have a crush on Will Gold. And it's all because I heard his video in the background of I heard his laugh in the background of another video, and ever since then, I've had a crush on them. And I simply cannot let myself be with other people knowing that I have a crush, because once I have a crush, that crush is locked in. And I simply cannot like anyone else until that crush has been either rejected or acted upon. And hearing this, I went, ha ha ha! That's how I feel about Josh Hutcherson, so I get it, man. You know, I'm not a I'm not a judgmental person. So when I heard that, I immediately was like, yep, that's real. That's how I feel about Josh Hutcherson, so I get it. I totally get it, you know? That's how I felt. That's how I felt. And then I questioned myself, and I was like, who's Will Gold? Who's Will Gold? And for those of you who don't know, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know, but Will Gold is actually Wilbur Soot. You know that one Minecraft YouTuber? He also did the he's in your bed and I'm in your Twitch chat. You know that song? You know that song? That's the guy. And I was like, huh, Will Gold. And so I look up Will Gold and I see that that's his name. But that's his actual name. Like his God-given name. And so my first thought is, why are they calling him Will Gold? And so I'm like, that's a little strange, but I don't think anything of it. I continue scrolling on TikTok my merry way. I just scroll down, and a few videos later, I get another TikTok from this person, and it's this person going, I went to a meet and greet, and I accidentally flirted with the guy who was working. And I was like, huh, okay. And sorry, I'm really bad with pronouns. I do not mean to be disrespectful. I am very bad with pronouns. I promise I respect trans people. Please, please do not crusade me. I am not meaning to be disrespectful. But they basically were like, we're making it sound like it was someone that they know. You know, they were making it sound as if it's someone that they know, someone who is like in their life, and they were like, yeah, and I called him adorable, and he was talking about like, and he revived my love for singing in 2 sentences, and they were like talking so much about this person, but the way they were talking about them, you would never guess that the person they're talking about is Wilbur Soot. And so again, I'm like, huh, okay, strange and odd, but not that serious. A little weird. And then you see another video of them talking about, I'm moving to London. I'm moving to this specific town. And if you guess what? It's the town that Wilbur Soot lives in. And again, I'm here thinking, weird, strange, but not my business. So I scroll, and guess what I see? 6 hours later. 6 hours later. Another video. It's an older video, but a video nonetheless. And the video is of this person saying, Wilbur Soot is not an abuser. I've been abused, and so I can say that. And you would not believe the jaw drop, the actual jaw drop I had seeing that video. Because holy shit! Yeah, parasocial crush, funny, haha, silly, haha, wahaha. But what? What? Yeah, it's like it went from 0 to 100. And it's like I don't know that whole situation very well. I'm pretty sure the whole thing was like he bit his girlfriend and it used to be consensual, but then, you know, they had like a safe word and she would say the safe word and then he would continue doing it and harder. So yeah, technically, I mean, biting is a weird form of abuse, but yeah, I mean, that is technically abuse. Yeah, I would consider that abuse. You're hurting your partner. They're saying no. It was no longer consensual. Yeah, that's pretty freaked up. Cannibal? Why is he eating people? You know, it's a little strange. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what his whole cancellation was. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'm like 99% sure that's what it was. And so when it comes to things like that, it's like, yeah. Yeah, that does sound pretty abusive. I'm not gonna lie. That does sound a little bit abusive. Just a teeny bit. And so that's pretty much the whole thing. That's pretty much the whole cancellation. And also he like used to make his girlfriend like clean for him because he would like pretend that he was like incapable of cleaning after himself, which I mean, you know, he's a guy in his 20s, his like early 20s. Realistically, I don't clean much either. I can understand that, but making your partner do it because you just don't want to is a little crazy. It's a little crazy. How's the desk looking? My desk looks awful. If I showed you right now, you'd probably take me to prison because of how atrocious my desk looks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cans of undrank soda. Most of them have cigarette ash in it. So yeah. Most of them have cigarette ash in it. I have like a little tray. And, you know, since I'm such a drug addict, it's filled with Coke lines, many Coke lines. About six, enough for, like, a horse. You know, enough to tranquilize a horse. I really should not joke like that, I'm sorry. I should not joke like that. Yeah, about 6 lines, yep. Don't worry, I once seen a guy who had 24 cans on the desk. I can quit whenever I want, guys. No, that's a horrible joke. I'm gonna get banned. That's such a bad joke. I really shouldn't joke like that, I'm sorry. I promise I'm joking, I promise. Get banned, bad toggle bad, no! Honey with the smoker's voice when? What do you mean? Smoker's voice? What do you mean? That's my, like, grandma voice. That's as, like, raspy as I think I can make my voice. Yeah, that's my old honey voice. Do you guys want grandma ASMR? Oh, Sonny. What is it called? Frick. What is it? Salad fingers? What does he say? Rusty spoons? Would you like a rusty spoon? Nothing bug-like in the trash. I hope no. I've only ever had roaches, like Asmongold, you know? No. No, there is nothing bug-like. There were no roaches, there were no flies. I'm sorry. I have had ants before. I will indeed take credit for that. I have had ants before. I've had ants before because I spilled juice on my desk, and I really didn't want to clean it up because I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm disgusting. I feel like I've said this a million times. I'm absolutely disgusting. I want you to know I'm gross. I'm gross. Yeah, and that isn't to mention all the horse tranquilizers I take in a day. I'm freaking wired, bro. I'm fried. No, of course not. Would rather have a roach king over a pig roach. That's for sure. What is a pig roach? I love gross girls. You shouldn't. You should not. You should not. I'm trying to what's it called? I'm trying to stop parasocialism, okay? This is my way of battling parasocialism. Is just telling you guys that I'm freaking disgusting. I'm disgusting. I'm actually gross, guys. Anyway. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah. And this person is just like, me. Wilbur shit is not an abuser. And it's like, whoa. Whoa. That's crazy talk. That is crazy talk. And the reason that is crazy talk is because keep in mind, this person has never once spoken to Wilbur Soot in anything other than a meet and greet. One time. Once. So it's like, you should not. I can understand loving your favorite content creator. Hell, I love my favorite content creator, Josh Hutcherson, Joe Keery, Finn Wolfhard. I love a lot of men. I love a lot of men who I've never met. But you know what I would never do? If one of those men bit their wives, I would not go, this person's not an abuser. You know, because it's evil. That's like horrible. You do not know this person. Get it through your head. You don't know this person. You only see what we as content creators show you. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. You do not know your favorite content creator as much as I'm sure you would want to. You can even think that you and your favorite content creator are friends, but I want to be so transparent with you. The way a content creator acts towards an audience is never going to be with the same entirety of sincerity that they would getting to know a regular person in real life, because you simply will not know them that way. You simply will not know them that way. Even if you meet them at a con, even if you think that they're your friends, even if genuinely you and this person have like a weekend together, you know, you go to a con, you see them every day for that con, that does not mean that you know this person. That doesn't mean that you know them. So just please keep yourself safe. And I don't mean that in the KYS way. I mean in general. Just know that, yes, your favorite content creation can be a good person. Like your favorite content creator can be a good person. But even when it comes to thinking of my way of like, oh my god, I don't even know how to say it. Like even thinking about my own situations, I believe this so fully that two things can be true at once. And I think not a lot of people really know this, and not a lot of people talk about this enough. But two things can be true at once. Your favorite content creator can in fact be the victim and the villain at the same time. Two things can be true at once. Your favorite content creator can also be an okay person and still be an abuser to someone else. It is what it is, bros. It is what it is. It sucks. It sucks, but you need to get it through your dumb little heads. Get it through your dumb little friggin' heads. Two truths can be right. Two truths can exist at the same time. It's almost like the world isn't full of absolutes. Exactly. Lots of people kind of suck, yeah. And everyone sucks. and this is again going to be a really hard truth, but every single person fucking sucks. Every single person fucking sucks sometimes. You can do the best deeds. You can donate $1 million to charity. You can save homeless people. You can do all of those good things while also still being the villain in someone else's story. Everyone has a sucky moment. Good people do fucked up things sometimes. And so I think that the main topic of this thing that I'm telling you just pisses me off, and it goes right back to the Sykkuno thing too, is again, 2 truths can be real! Sykkuno can have a ooh soft boy persona while also being a serial cheater. While also being a serial cheater. And yeah, so that's what pissed me off recently. As I seen the Tyler Catastrophe stuff, because that's the person's name. And like all the things that they said, and they're like, Wilbur is not an abuser. Yes, he is. Yes, he fucking is. You can have a crush on him and still accept the fact that he was an abusive person. Like, yeah, it's fucking weird of you to have a crush on him still, but don't just fucking lie. don't just lie and push your own agenda just because you want to justify your attraction to that person. You can have a crush on a bad person. Again, it's fucking weird, but you do you, man. Anyway, I'm sorry about screaming. I'm sorry about screaming. That's my opinion. Oh, my XP bar is low. Yeah, pretty much. We talked about the Sykkuno thing a little bit earlier. It wasn't even something that I wanted to bring up, but I wanted to talk about parasocialism in general. And then someone brought it up, and so I was like, okay, well, this kind of goes into my main fucking point anyway, so might as well talk about it. Oh my god, my XP bar is so low. I've never been with a girl that's as hot and sexy, dummy mommy as you. Wasn't there like one girl that revoked their words about Sykkuno assaulting them or something? I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I'm not gonna get into that. When it comes, I said this earlier, and again, I'm standing on business right now, guys. When it comes to the women in this situation, I am a fence sitter. I am sitting on this fence, and I am staying on this fence. There are too many VTubers involved in this situation, and I simply do not want the smoke. I don't want the smoke, guys. I will pass. I'm gonna stay on my nice little fence when it involves the women of this situation, and that's it. That's all. The girlfriend fence sitting. The Mal, whatever her name is, fence sitting. I'm telling you, every single woman in this situation, I am fence sitting. I have no opinion. I speak no words. I like my little fence, and I'm going to stay on my little fence. So yeah. So hypothetically, if you knew the girlfriend that Sykkuno was cheating with, you wouldn't tell her. Me specifically, it depends on how well that I know the girl. Because there have been situations where, like, for example, I used to have this, like, friend. I used to have, for example, I used to have this friend, and to be quite fair, I was friends with her boyfriend first. I was friends with her boyfriend first, and so me and her weren't like very close. We only talked like a handful of times. But basically, her boyfriend used to hit on me a lot. I didn't really say anything about it because again, I was friends with him first, and they weren't together at the time. And then they got together, and immediately I did not talk to him like that anymore, because you have a girlfriend. No. And and her had like a lot of problems in their relationship, but again, I was more his friend than her friend, and I really didn't talk to them that much. And then one day, they ended up breaking up, and the same night that they broke up, he texted me, and he was like, "Are you free to call? Me and so-and-so aren't, and I really need you here for me right now." And I did not respond. And I sat on this information for months of being like, should I tell her? Do I not tell her? And I asked my friends about it. And my other friends told me that I should just cut him off, but I shouldn't say anything to her because technically at the time they were broken up, and it's not my relationship to be in the middle of. And they felt like because I hadn't said anything like about it immediately, that it was too late and that I just shouldn't have said anything. So realistically, I didn't say anything because I didn't know her. I had only talked to her maybe twice, maybe 3 times. And I simply didn't know her, so I did not say anything. I'm not gonna lie. I did not say shit. I didn't say anything. And I wasn't gonna say anything. It's fucked up, but you know, it wasn't my business, I felt. Yeah, fair enough. If you don't know them well, it's not worth it most of the time. Yeah, exactly. And that was the end of the thing. Like, that was the end of the story, is at the end of the day, I did not know either of them well enough to put myself in that situation. Though it's obvious that it seems like his intentions were not to just be comforted, it wasn't my business. And so, if it came to, like, if I knew Saikuno had a girlfriend and I knew that he was cheating, this might be a bad take, but it depends on how well I know them. If I'm her best friend, or even if I'm just like a friend to her, if she considers me a friend, like a close friend, hell yeah, I'm telling her. yeah, of course I'm telling her, 100%. But if I don't know these people, and I don't know their relationship, no. Because it's not my business. And also, you never really know, like what someone else's relationship is like. You know what I mean? There are a lot of polyamorous people in VTubing, and that is a crazy thing for me to say, but I am so serious. I have met so many like polyamorous people in VTubing. Never me. I could never do that to myself. But yeah, so many content creators are polyamorous. Is that not crazy? Is that not insane? Polyamorous is like, it means basically that they have like open relationships or something, and that's just what they do. Yeah, a lot of VTubers are polyamorous or like some kind of adjacent. I need an example. Are any of them open with it on stream? Oh my god, you can't put me on the spot like this. Let me see, because I have no idea. I have no idea if these people tell their audiences. I would imagine that you shouldn't tell your audience about that kind of thing, because wouldn't it just make them think that they can go out with you? Let me see, because I'm so serious. I do know a lot of people who are polyamorous. I forgot you can reply. Yeah, I don't think I can I'd have someone in mind who's like someone I'm kind of friends with, but I haven't spoken to her in a while. Let me see. Oh, she's streaming right now. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm not gonna ask her. I'm not gonna like put her on the spot. That's like fucked up. But I do have someone who I know who's like polyamorous, who I guess I could ask, because I'm pretty sure she has open relationships. But I don't really want to like expose someone like that. Yeah, that's open for judgment if they admit it on stream. Yeah, exactly. Like personally, again, I could not do it. I have never been in a polyamorous relationship. I don't think I can. But it's like, it's not mine. You know, it's not my relationship. So I feel like, again, it's not my business. And so I don't like to assume things about people. No, not Minnie. No, no, never Minnie. She's just like me in the sense that she would probably never. Probably never. I actually saw this one video the other day. Actually, I've always thought that polyamory is kind of weird. Except I saw this one video where I was like, okay, I kind of get it. I guess I suppose I can understand, though I would never do it. And it was like 2 women in like a relationship, and all of the comments were like, the first woman needs to stand the frick up. She needs to leave her husband. But it was about this like these like it was like these 2 girls who were in a relationship. Both of them had a boyfriend, but I'm gonna tell you some gross things. Actually, should I just show you guys the video? Should I just show the video? Do we want to be a React Slop channel for a second? Oh my god. I make my 2 girlfriends eat from a dog bowl. Oh wait, no, it was 3. It was 3 girlfriends. Jesus Christ, he has 3 girlfriends. I don't even think this man is that attractive. How does he have 3 girlfriends? How does he have 3 girlfriends? Literally anime harem protagonist, right? I love React Slop. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna show you guys React Slop right now. Because there is literally no way that I have subjected myself to this video for fun. And because I wasn't even thinking about like going back to streaming when I did this. You know what I mean? So this was something that I just like watched on a whim like 3 or so weeks ago. This is just something that I was just like, yeah, this looks interesting. I'll put this on. So you know what? I'm gonna show you this video. If I have to subject myself to this torture, unfortunately, you do too. Okay? Unfortunately, you do too. Hold on. Let me put myself in studio mode so I can at least show you guys the thing. Does this show the audio? I have no idea. Application audio. My 3 partners. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. I'm so ready to show you guys this video. Because this is crazy. This is actually crazy. It's an insane video. It is truly insane. I hope you guys can hear this. Hold on, let me see what the audio is at.
24/7.
Hold on. This is the guy, by the way, with 3 girlfriends.
I control my 3 partners 24/7. Their outfits are fully approved. Everyone is location tracked.
Does this sound good?
I have access to all of their messages, all of their communications. They need approval to eat. Oftentimes they'll eat out of dog bowls.
Yeah, these are like pretty women.
That they all have with me.
I was absolutely willing to do so. I'm here to serve him, and that's part of my service.
You're here to serve him?
I don't think I really even think about my independence. It doesn't.
Hold on. See, so you can already see my like on this because it's like insane. It's actually crazy. Wait, let me put on captions so you guys can see it better.
Doesn't mean much to me.
Girls, come in.
Yes, Daddy.
I forgot that they called him
Brenda,
that.
AKA Bluefy, 1. This is
1.
Samantha, AKA Bean, 2. And this is Adriana, AKA Age, 3. I control my 3 partners.
How is he getting these like sexy women?
2 girlfriends.
We've been together now for over 10 years. We've been married for 9.
We had actually talked about bringing other women into the relationship pretty often throughout our relationship, even from the beginning. And we wanted to figure out how to best make our relationship work. Whatever Daddy wants, Daddy gets.
I met Daddy 7 years ago. And
I
we actually
hate-
work at the same company.
Okay. And I think I'm allowed to have an opinion on this because realistically, I don't think daddy kinks are that wrong. I don't think it's that crazy. As someone who doesn't have a father, I personally do not care. When you're being sexual, call your partner whatever the fuck you want. That's no one's business. But it is actually like grating. It is absolutely grating on me that they just call him daddy casually in every single like sentence where they're addressing him. They will continue calling him daddy the entire full episode. And so I just want you to know this, okay? I don't think daddy kinks are that crazy, says the one without a father figure. But see, that is why I think that I, of all people, should be allowed to have an opinion on daddy kinks. I think it's fair. I think it's fun. But it's like, ew, why are you calling him that casually?
I have not been in a relationship of this kind.
And me neither. Daddy was my first real relationship altogether, so first time for everything.
Good morning, Dad.
I'm sorry, I keep pausing it. Her first relationship being a polycule. This poor girl! She's not even ugly, she's pretty! She's literally pretty! And this is what's happening to her! Are you kidding me right now? She's not even ugly! She is a very attractive looking girl! And this is her first experience!
Everybody finish up their morning routines?
Yes,
Oh my
All right,
god.
cool. This is a copy of the contract that they all have with me. I made my wife and 2 girlfriends sign a contract. Contract basically encapsulates everything that pertains to their day-to-day lives, rules, structures, adherences, punishments, all that. After reviewing and signing, typically, and for us, it's done in blood.
To me, it really symbolized like that foreverness.
I forgot I was done in
our
blood. What
relationship.
the fuck is wrong
Signing
with
the
this man?
contract in blood is definitely a little bit extra, and I don't think most people do that, but I'm a fan of theatrics.
When Daddy asked me to sign a contract, I was absolutely willing to do so. I'm here to serve him, and that's part of my service.
When Daddy first brought it up to me, I was a little bit nervous, a little bit hesitant. I read through it very thoroughly and talked to him about it in detail.
Bro, imagine getting like into a new relationship. Imagine just getting into a new relationship, and your new boyfriend to be is just like, hey, I need you to sign this contract with your blood. With your blood. I need you to sign this contract with your blood.
Detail. And
just
though
what
I
the
was
fuck,
nervous
man?
and I hadn't met yet, I just had a really good feeling about him.
Most of the rules at this point in time are structure. So things like the time that they have to wake up every day, what they wear, their outfits are fully approved.
What do you think of this one?
Love it, actually, looks good.
Great,
What
thanks,
about
Jen.
you?
This dress with these boots.
Very nice, do it.
Thank you.
Age, let me see what you're wearing.
Yes, Daddy.
Turn around, my mark's on.
Yes, Daddy.
Okay.
Fresh on the skirt.
Yeah,
Can you see it?
Love it. This is my symbol I use
He puts a symbol on
for
their
ownership
clothes.
that they're about to have branded on them, but require that of clothing. For me, they're an extension of me, and they represent me, so it's important to me that they look the part.
Hey, Sam and H, do you want to go for a walk?
Sure.
Sounds good.
We definitely all hang out together, and I think we've formed like really strong, I don't even think just friendships, kind of like a sisterhood amongst each other.
Yeah, I would consider them like my best friends.
We are not allowed to be romantic with each other, and I don't think any of us have any interest in that either. No offense, I love you guys.
Yeah. I think all of us are straight.
Daddy, can we go outside? Thank you.
Thanks, Daddy.
See you later.
Anytime that we
Asking
leave
your partner
the
if you
house
can just
for
go
anything
outside.
unexpected, we have to make sure that we ask permission to
How
do so.
rich is this
and
guy,
then
right?
along the
Right,
way,
he
we have
has to be
check in
making
and let
hella
them know
money.
What's going on and what we're doing, and continue to ask permission to like stay out or come home.
Cause like imagine being in a relationship like this, and then he's like, yeah, by the way, you still have to pay like 1/3 of the rent. No,
Check in with Daddy now.
no, it's awful.
Yeah, that's good.
He probably isn't even that rich, right? He doesn't look like he's that
through our
rich.
watches, through our cars, but then we also all send texts. He forwarded my message, so we're good. Okay.
Hey, I've never thought of it as anything but a positive.
You know what would be so smart? You know what would be so smart? To be like the dom in this situation, and then actually like making them all pay like 1/3 of the rent, so that way he doesn't pay anything. I think that would be so smart. I think that would be so smart. Either he is rich or he makes them pay for everything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be so much, like, it would be so funny if that's what was actually going on in this situation. if he was just making them pay for everything, but like in thirds.
I don't worry about losing my independence. I don't think I really even think about my independence. It doesn't mean much to me.
They're not allowed to have social media unless it's approved by me. I have access to all of their messages, all of their communications. They need approval to eat. Oftentimes they'll eat out of dog bowls. When they're with me, they don't sit on the couch. This is a special day. But yeah, they typically will sit on the floor. So the collars that
And he makes them sit on the floor? That's crazy.
To me, that literally, this is my version between a wedding ring and a collar. Which one has the more significance? And for me, it's the collar.
The day I got my collar was a day I will remember for the rest of my life. I mean, it was probably the most important day.
It was a very special day. It was the
I think the blonde one's
biggest thing I was
crazy.
in shock. Like, I think
She's
I
like
just
too
remember
down.
being completely shocked.
She like
that
freaks me out.
He wanted to be with me long term.
I think it, for us, was a day that was kind of a turning point in our overall relationship. So it's something.
Yeah,
that
yeah, and he
we
makes them drink out of
hold
dog
very
bowls.
close.
I actually wanted to get a picture up today, so come on over.
Yes, Daddy.
Everybody in, everybody in. So a lot of times
I
we get
don't
a lot of
like
comments,
him.
not as much as you would think about multiple people, but a lot of
No,
the
I think the
dynamic
blonde
itself,
freaks me out
there's
the
a lot of times
most.
because in our dynamic,
Because she's
none
like
of the girls
down. That's
have
like a ride or
safe
die.
words or
She's
limits.
so
That's
willing.
one of our number one comments we get about how it's irresponsible and how people with experience would never do something.
And they don't have safe words or limits. Let's take a moment to think about that for 1 second. Let's take a moment to think about what that means. To 24/7, no safe words, no limits, no isn't an option. At least there are 3 of them. At least there are 3 of them. Yeah, cause oh my god, cause this whole thing was yeah. You have to really think about that. They're covered up. That could hide bruises. That could hide bruises indeed.
Like that. We have a lot of collective frustration. When we come across someone that doesn't really get it or that passes judgment, we all typically kind of
I'm passing judgment
together.
My friends and family chose to not accept this part of my life, and that's a struggle every day.
When I shared the relationship I was in with previous friends, I did receive a lot of judgment. They weren't open to hearing about it or accepting that part of my life.
I had a conversation with like my dad about like these poor girls are not allowed to sit on furniture, and it's like, well, right. It is a choice, and like that's a rule that we have. It's been defined. They enjoy it.
Is it a choice? Because you made them sign a contract. At what point does this stop being a choice? Is my question. He made them sign a blood contract. They're not allowed to say no. They're not allowed to have safe words. He makes them drink out of dog bowls and sit on the floor.
The issue. We see people.
Oh, but it's a
react to
choice.
Our posts positively often enough.
And to be fair, it probably is like a choice. Like, there's no way that, yeah, like Dark said, there's literally no way that these contracts can be legally binding. There's literally no way that these contracts can be legally binding. But it's still like crazy. You know what I mean? It's still like crazy. At the end of the day, yeah, it is a choice. But when you really think about all of the things that he makes these girls do, he isolates them from their family. He makes them sign a contract in their blood. They're not allowed to say no or have safe words. This is like past the point of BDSM. And more to the point of, I want someone to check this guy's hard drive. I want to to see what kind of porn this guy watches. And I want someone to really look at that. Check this guy's computer. Please. Please, I'm begging you. I need to know his browser history.
Words of encouragement. I've seen all three of the girls have insane feedback, just saying like, hey, reading this tells me that this life actually is kind of possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His fucking porn searches are probably crazy.
These kinds of relationships and give guidance and help other people.
Knowing that I can use my story and our story to help someone else feels really fulfilling.
So I think Gwen should actually be here pretty much any minute. So why don't you guys
Oh my
get some
God, is
drinks
that another
together.
girlfriend?
Yes, Daddy.
Gwen is
Yeah,
one
who
of
are
my
they
oldest
helping?
friends, and I would say has a unique perspective on me. Gwen thinks that I am insane, but she had thought that before this.
When I first found out Scott had multiple partners, it was just him and his wife Brenda and Sam. I thought that was very odd, juggling more than one partner, especially when you're married. The third girlfriend, that was definitely way more shocking.
What's new, dude?
Oh, you know, same
How
old,
did you
same
get more
old.
than one
How about you
woman
guys?
to agree
Good.
to this?
Everybody
Let alone
Business as
two.
usual.
Business
Let
as
alone
usual.
three. How did you get three women to agree to this?
What I told you about this whole thing.
You know, I could never. I have one boyfriend and that's enough.
Do
I
all
couldn't
women
imagine.
yearn for the
How is
cage?
it living life like day to day?
Yeah, it's like insane. It's genuinely insane. This has to be like fake. There's
One of the
no
things I
way that
love
this
most
is
about,
real.
The family aspect is like when something does happen, like someone has to go to the doctor, or someone has to run to the store, just like everyday life things. Like
This is too much,
yeah,
even
like
for
someone's always
me,
here,
guys.
like,
For
and able
me.
to take care of things.
Very much like I get a sisterly bond between you guys. Like at the beginning of the relationship, I said to Scott, so wait, are you guys girlfriends? And you're like, what is the dynamic?
Gwen, do you think this lifestyle would ever work for you?
No. No.
Probably not.
Fuck
though.
no.
I don't do well
No.
with sharing. I would have to do a lot of inner work. So out of all the comments you get, like how many people think that it's just straight misogyny or taking advantage of them?
They choose to be in this, which in its own form is really just them still having the choice. So that's kind of the opposite. What about you, dude? Have you ever thought?
Guys, it's not anti-feminist for me to treat women like dogs. They want to be treated like a dog. I'm making fun of him, but at the end of the day, he's kind of right. At the end, like I know I'm shitting on this guy, but at the end of the day, how much of this can I really put on his head? You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's like you're saying, they chose this. I want to make fun of him, but at the end of the day, I am the one who's not involved here, you know? Like, we are the outside party. I've seen the Dulgins. They're all written by women, and that's the truth. And that is unfortunately the truth. They choose to be treated like this. Some women are so depraved that this is a choice for them. I say some women, but if Joe Curie offered me this, I would say yes. Actually, no, I wouldn't want other girls involved. But I would say yes to the other stuff.
This was like a degrading or like an abusive setup or anything like that?
As I said earlier,
And,
I'm
okay,
very like.
you also have to have some sort of self-awareness. You have to have some sort of self-awareness, because is this not degrading? Is this not technically degrading? Honey was projecting. No, I'm kidding. As much as I think that I would love to be led on a leash by Josh Hutcherson, I think that in theory this kind of relationship can be sex, blah blah blah. But I think in reality these kinds of relationships are short term at best. I think that these kinds of things can realistically never ever work out. Because when you're putting a partner on a power dynamic like that, when you are openly letting in that power imbalance, you have to wonder when you can have a serious conversation with your partner and know if they see you as a person. And I think in this specific scenario, there isn't a way for them to ever have that like face-to-face connection of, I am not above you. We are equals. Because of all of the things that he has like done and all the steps that he has made, he at the end of the day, one of these days his wife is going to wake up and she's going to think, shit, he actually does not love me or respect me. And so it's one of those things that it's like in my opinion, sure, have fun, but this is kind of like this would be the end of a marriage. Even if she's willing, even if she's agreeing, as you can see, they all said that none of them are close with their friends and family. And so we can only assume that they're all very emotionally dependent on him. And there being 3 women and one of those women being his wife, it genuinely seems like this is not going to work out. This just isn't going to work out. Because it's like I said, these kind of relationships can be very fun and exciting in the moment, I would imagine. But realistically, it looks like we're just watching the downfall of a marriage. It just looks like the downfall of a marriage.
A man don't tell me.
Yeah.
Men don't tell me anything.
Hold on, I'll see how old
what
this video is
makes
after
you
it's
guys
done.
Want to kind of
But yeah, in
get
my
control
opinion,
over to
there is
him
no way
and,
that him and her, at least him and her, are still together. Because this is his wife. This is his wife. There's no way that these two are
give
still
over
together.
That dynamic, that power dynamic.
I think for me, it's just the trust that I have in Daddy I think he knows my mind better than I do, and he can direct my life better than I can.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Growing up, I was kind of forced to be really independent, and I did it for so long that I was I just want someone that's going to be there for me, that's going to help guide me, that's going to give me advice and structure and accountability.
I didn't have a lot of structure growing up, and so I feel like it was...
What is the common denominator between these 2 women and what they just said? What they just said and what I said maybe 2 minutes ago.
It was just something that I lacked and looked for, and one of the father figures in my life and I found that.
I feel like the 3 of them have definitely mellowed me out a little bit and made me a little bit less harsh, because I definitely am a naturally harsh person, and in general just bring a lot of happiness and light into my life.
I think our relationship works because of Daddy.
There's never been anything that he's wanted to accomplish that he hasn't.
I could go on all day about the things that I love about Daddy. He walks into a room and just pulls everybody into his gravitational orbit. I think this whole relationship has just made me feel very whole.
For me, for people that judge, my message is simply just seek to understand and then be understood.
Oh, I
Underneath all
understand.
of it is people. And so I think taking the time to understand the people
Oh,
first,
I understand all too well. Oh, I understand all too well, this man. Seek to understand. Seek to lick my balls, this guy. Anyway. The video is 3 months old, from January 14th, 2026, in the United States. His name is Scott. The guy's name is Scott, and we would have never known that because the entire time they call him Daddy. Can't sit at the table. Drinks out of dog bowls. Can't sit on the couch. I think the common denominator in these women, unfortunately, is that all of them are not close with their parents and their friends. They all seem very, emotionally, it's kind of the unfortunate manic pixie dream girl of, oh, I had to raise myself, so I want to become a little online, unfortunately, it's, overplayed. I think I've seen this movie before, guys. I think I've seen this movie before. Scotland, pretty far, yeah. All of these women are very clearly just emotionally dependent. I seriously don't like the lack of privacy part of it more than anything else. Yeah, right? Right? The fact that they, like, aren't allowed privacy, they're not allowed to go anywhere. They have to tell him where they're going. They're not allowed to say no. They're not allowed to have safe words. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. What the heck is wrong with these people? That's crazy talk. Yeah. So yeah, that was that was the video that I watched by myself, that I subjected myself to, that I must force upon you guys, because that is who I am as a person. If I had to suffer through watching that video, unfortunately, you do as well. Okay, what else has been pissing me off on the internet recently? I am feeling traumatized now. Thank you, you're welcome. You're welcome. Good watch, more recent than I thought. Yeah, I really wonder if these people are still together. I need his wife to wake up. Bro, I need his wife to wake up. The other two girls are younger. You know, they're allowed to be a little stupid and oblivious. I need his wife to wake the heck up, guys. I need her to wake up. Gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. While we're talking about stupidity, I'm going to be a little too honest on the internet, and I'm gonna talk about my most recent trip to California. I'm gonna talk about my most recent trip to California. Wife's husband must be part of McUltra. What is that? What is that? What is that? Yay! It is not a yay story. Unfortunately, I am like traumatized. I am traumatized. Okay. So this is not something that I've been like, shy about mentioning on the internet. I would consider myself an orphan, simply because I don't have parents. I don't have a good relationship with either of my parents. It's something that I've been honest about. I just don't have a good relationship with them. They were very not nice to me when I was a kid. But recently, gamers, I've been on my forgiveness arc. And I say recently, but it's actually been like the past maybe 6 to 8 months. My biological mother called me, and I usually would not respond to her calls, but I decided to respond to this one, and I answered. I don't even know why I answered, because again, most of the time, I do not respond to her calls. I have her number blocked, so when she does call me, it's usually off of a *67, so it's an unknown caller. And I usually do not answer those calls whatsoever. But my mistake, I answered this one. And the call was her being like, hey, I did some bad things to you. I recently learned that I had a tumor that made me more aggressive. And, I haven't gotten surgery for anything. We're not making any plans, but I just wanted you to know that this is why. And it's not an excuse, but I just wanted to tell you. And me, being the dumb, forgiving little shit that I am, I was like, oh wow, okay, well I need to process that, but I'm gonna, I will work on our relationship if you work on being respectful to me. And she was like, yes, please, I'd love that. I love you so much. I want to be in your life. Me. Blah, 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 blah. And she just started, sending me money out of nowhere. Even when I'd tell her, hey, don't do that. I don't want you to do that. She would kind of, force it. And it felt weird. But in my brain, I was thinking, okay, well, she's trying to help me. And I guess she hasn't paid for anything of mine the last like 5 or 6 years. So you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. And I started talking to my grandma and my aunts. And to be clear, my aunt used to be like a drug addict, but she's been clean for like, I don't know, maybe 10 years now. No, probably way less than 10. Maybe like 4 or 5 or something. But she's been clean for a long time. She was like about to like graduate school and stuff like that. So she's been really working on herself too. And so my brain is going, whoa, all of my family's like working on themselves. Is this me, Hunii gets a family arc? Is this my Hunii gets a family arc? You know, I was excited. I was willing for it. And my grandma, she's getting older. And so she was like, hey, I really want you to come down to California. I want you to come visit. I miss you. It's been too long. You know, I want to be a part of your life. Blah, 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 blah. I want you to see the kids. You haven't seen them in so long. And I was like, you know what? You're going to pay for my trip to California? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You're telling me I get to go back to California and I don't have to pay anything? Hell yeah! Who's gonna say no to that? Who's gonna say no to that? You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Pay for my trip to California. What can go wrong? So I go to California. I have this very emotional moment with my like little cousins and all of my like older cousins and like all of my like great aunts, and because I come from a very big family, you know, Asian side of my family, huge family, you know, so everyone was excited. We all like cried a little bit. There was a lot of like hugging, blah blah blah. I talked to them about my life, how it's been the last few years since I last saw them. Everything was going really good. And then my mom looks over at me and she says, hey, there's someone who really wants to meet you, and I don't know if you want to do that. And I look at her and I'm like, oh, do you like have a girlfriend again? Yeah, sure, I can meet her. Like, I don't care. We're all adults. Who gives a fuck? If she wants to meet me, cool. I don't think I'm necessarily all that interesting. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And then my mother goes, before you meet her, I need to tell you something. And I'm like, okay. What is it? The person that I want to introduce you to is 5 years older than you. And I'm in shock. I'm in shock. What do you mean? You're dating someone only 5 years older than me? And so I just say, oh, okay. All right. That's fine. As long as you're happy. Keep in mind, this is my first day, like, in California. So, like, I'm seeing my mom for the first time in, like, 5 years. And she's like, by the way, my girlfriend wants to meet you, but she's only 5 years older than you. You know? So it's like, oh, shoot. Okay. All right. And so I'm like, okay, it's a little weird, but okay. As long as you're happy, okay. And so I meet her girlfriend, everything's fine. And then my aunt calls, the one who's like sober and in like nursing school, about to graduate. And my aunt and my mom are talking, and all of a sudden, my aunt just drops an N-word out of nowhere. And like casually in the conversation. And I of course look at her like she's a little crazy. I look at her like, it's like a little yikes, you know? I was just like, This was literally my face. That was literally my face of like, oh, okay. Okay. It was soft. It was soft, right? Okay, it was soft. And I looked at her a little weird. And she was like, and she noticed that I looked at her a little weird. And then she hard R's. Hard R's. She saw that I was bothered by the A and instead drops a hard R. Doubles down with a hard R. And then my mother starts saying it. And they're just like joking around. They're just joking around. They're like just saying it because they see that it bothers me. and I look at both of them and obviously I'm like, that's weird. That's weird of you. That's a little odd. But I don't confront them. I don't call them out. I just look at them weird and think, huh, that's weird. It's a little gross. But I don't say anything. It's normal Tuesday. I don't say anything at all. The next day, me and my aunt go to an amusement park together because she wanted to take me to an amusement park. And the topic of politics comes up, and I want to clarify, most of my family on the Wasian side, they're in Southern California. They are raging liberals. But just throwing around the N-word. And politics just keeps coming up. And I'm shutting it down. I don't want to talk about politics with them because I know that we're not going to agree. So I try not to talk about it. So I simply just try not to talk about it. I'm changing the subject. And then there's this these two guys. These two like teenage boys, right? And they're holding hands. And my aunt is glaring at them. She's glaring at them so hard that they end up leaving the line. They leave the roller coaster line. And she looks at me and she just says, I just think they're a little too young to be making that choice. And I look at her and I'm like, okay, well, anyway, this roller coaster looks really fun right now. This roller coaster looks awesome right now. You know, I'm just not saying anything. Yeah, right. You would think that they're the ones who spent the last 5 years in Texas. You would think that they're the ones who have been in Texas the last 5 years. No, they've been in California this whole time. I'm the one who's in Texas. And it's like, how am I more liberal than these people? You know what I mean? But anyway, and I just don't say anything about it. And then as we're driving home, the topic of black people comes on. And my aunt looks at my nose and she says, when I'm rich, I'm gonna get you a nose job. Keep in mind, I don't even have like a big nose. My nose isn't like chunky or anything. I think I have a cute nose. People in my Discord have seen my nose. You have seen my nose. You can verify that I have like a button nose. It's not even like, it's not even like very ethnic. It's just my nose. And again, I'm just like, okay. And so she starts talking about how she's been arrested multiple times and that white privilege doesn't exist because no cop has ever let her off for being white and all of this stuff. And I am just, again, not saying anything because, like, that's an opinion, you know? It's not even mine to argue. I don't fucking know. I don't know what it's like to be a white person. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's not my business. And we get to the topic of the N-word. And I was just like explaining my side. And I was just like, I personally just don't like when people use it. You know, if you're gonna use it, just don't do it around me, you know? Like, I just don't like it. And I didn't even say it like that. I think the way that I said it was pretty respectful. It was like me just being like, hey, you know, like, I just don't like when people say it. Can you not say it around me? And her response is, so you're racist to white people? Because the word just means ignorant, and I should be allowed to use it. And you telling me what I can and can't say is racist. And I was just like, what? What? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You know, like, what are you saying? Keep in mind, the entire time she's listening to like rap music. The entire drive home, she's listening to rap music. And it's like, is that not so ironic? Is that not so ironic? Like, and so I'm thinking, okay, that's a little weird. And it's like a little racist. And she's like, well, again, the word only means ignorant, so you shouldn't be offended by it. And I was like, I just don't think it's like, you know, I don't think you can tell me what I can and can't be offended by. I think most people would be offended by a slur, and I feel like, you know, I'm allowed to be offended by a slur if it applies to me. You know, if you were to put me in a row with all of the rest of my Asian family, and some redneck guy said, "Give me the hard R, give me the hard R," are they gonna think that they're talking about them? No, they're gonna be talking about me. You know, they're gonna be talking about me. So I feel like I am allowed to be a little bit upset if someone calls me the hard R. And that was my only point. And she got so angry at me that she proceeded to tell me that she hopes that I die, and that if I die tomorrow that she's gonna laugh. She then proceeds to call me a black bitch and says, if I'm not racist now, oh, I'm gonna be racist. And the whole time I'm just like, okay. Because what do I say to that? What does anyone say to that? And so she's like, at this point, she's literally threatening me. She's saying that she's gonna kill me, that I'm lucky that she doesn't beat me up, and like all of this stuff. And like no one else was like home, because again, we had just like got there. No one else was home. And this was like multiple things over multiple days. So like these events were like just, it wasn't just like at one point. Like these were multiple days, but it was like 3 or 4 days into my trip or something. But every single day it got like a little bit worse until she was literally saying, like, calling me like hard R, saying that she was gonna lynch me, saying that she hopes that I die and stuff like that. And so I called my mom. And I'm like crying, and I'm calling my mom, and I'm telling her what's happening, and I'm like, hey, can you just like come to like grandma's house, because I don't want to be here with my aunt. You know, she's literally threatening me. She's saying that she's gonna kill me. She hopes I die, because all of those 3 things she said in like the same sentence. She said in the same fucking like argument of her screaming at me. Those were the things she said. So the little stuff happened like day by day. And then the big thing happened in one day. And so yeah, I called my mom, and so I'm like, hey, can you please come here? Can you please be over here? And you know what my mom responds with? My mother said, well, honey, you know she didn't mean it. And to be fair, that other side of your family did kind of brainwash you into thinking that we're all racist. And so I go, what? And my mom continues, yeah, your dad's side of the family, they brainwashed you into thinking everyone on this side is racist. And now you think we're all racist, but none of us are racist. And so I say, at what point is a duck not a duck? She called me the hard R, said she was going to lynch me. But she's not racist? But she's not racist? And my mom was like, well, you know, she doesn't mean it. She doesn't actually hate black people. She's just saying it to hurt you. And I'm like, okay? But what does that matter? What does that change? What difference does that make? At what point is the duck not a duck? And my mom's continuing with, like, we're not racist, she didn't mean it, you're being dramatic. And so I told her, I said, if that's how you actually feel, if your sister can tell you that she hopes your daughter dies, that she's going to lynch your daughter, that she will kill your daughter, and you're okay with her saying that, then I don't want a relationship with you. If that is how you feel, then you should stay away from me. Because that is insane. Because that is actually crazy. And then I stayed at a sketchy motel 2 hours away because I did not want to go stay with them. But the next day, I went to my dad's side of the family, and I talked about it with them, and they were obviously super understanding and were like, yeah, that fucking sucks. That sucks so much. We're sorry. What the heck? Yeah, and they were like normal, and they were absolutely like normal and perfect and so supportive and sweet. So yeah, it did have a happy ending. If I do go to California again soon, it will be to see my dad's side of the family, because I feel bad that I only got to see them for like maybe a day. But they're lovely. They've always been lovely. They've literally never been anything but kind to me. I don't even know why I try with the other side, because my dad's side has just always been so much cooler. They've always been so much better. Yeah, my dad's side of the family at least aren't evil villains. They're not literal super villains. They're not the #1 evils. Yeah, those final days truly did make such a big difference for the trip. So, was that trip low-key pretty traumatizing? Yes. But because I got to see the other side of my family, and I at least got to spend time with my cousins and my grandma on my mom's side, I will rate it a 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10. It was a horrendous trip. It was so bad. It was such a horrible trip. But I love my dad's side of the family, and I really love my grandma, and I love that I got to see my little cousins. And those are the highlights of my trip. It was really emotional for me because seeing my little cousins after 5 years was actually so crazy, because the youngest one literally did not even remember me. But the oldest one, I left when he was maybe 4 and he's maybe 9 now. So he remembered me, and he hugged me so tight. He hugged me literally so tight. He started sobbing. I started sobbing. He literally did not leave my side that entire trip. Literally every time that he wasn't at school and he wasn't like away from me, I'm telling you, this little guy was sitting right next to me, practically attached to my hip. He would not leave me alone. I have so many videos of just him being silly and weird, because it's like, you can tell how much he loves me, and it made me so sad thinking that I haven't seen him in so long. Did you treat him that well when they were 4? Well, it was like, so they're my aunt's kids. The aunt that, as I mentioned, said all the horrible things and got sober. So when they were younger, my aunt lost them. So they had to be placed in foster care. And at the time, I lived with my great-grandma and my mom. And even though my mom was not a good person to me, my great-grandma was, like, still a good person. And we obviously all cared about the kids. And so when I was, like, finishing up with high school, they were living in my house. So I wouldn't say that I raised him, but I definitely played a really big part. So yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I have to blow my nose because I'm like getting emotional. Sorry, I blew my nose. But yeah, so I was really close with the oldest one when he was younger too. So yeah. It was great. It was really nice seeing him and getting to know his sister. She did not remember me, but she also loves me very much. And it's sweet. It's very sweet. I love them. So at the end of the day, even though the trip was like genuinely traumatizing, I realistically would do it again. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I love those children. Would I see my aunt and my mother again? Absolutely not. No, you could not pay me $1 million to be in the same room with them for more than 5 minutes. You just can't. Unfortunately, you just can't. Are you still talking to your mom, or is it back to the block purgatory? Oh, no. It's back to block purgatory. She texts me, like, on, like, unknown numbers and, like, other people's numbers, and I simply will not respond. I will not do it. Absolutely the fuck not. No. I want none of that. It's just also, like, I think it's telling. Like, I just think it's so telling that if you allow your family to speak to your child like that, no, absolutely not. No. This one of the moms is gone until further notice situations. Yeah. I am not talking to her for a while. Honestly, their sense of normal was desensitized to hell, and that makes me so glad that I left. If anything, that just makes me so much more validated in my choice of leaving when I was younger. Because holy shit, imagine how different I would be if I grew up around that. You guys think I'm a drug addict now? Jesus Christ, guys. Jesus fucking Christ. If anything, I think we should thank God that I am not so much worse. Yeah. If I had stayed with them, I would have actually became a drug addict. Because holy shit. Because holy moly, so much worse. That could genuinely be so much worse. We're gonna thank God that I am not like those people, because holy shit. I don't know, your other relationships didn't sound that much better, but I think that the reason that my other relationships were the way they are is because of how I grew up and because of that abuse being desensitized as normal to me. And so I think that it's really good of me that I haven't been in a relationship and that I don't plan on being in a relationship for a really long time, because I don't want to be like that. Unfortunately, I don't want to be a girl eating out of a dog bowl. And I really don't want to be a drug addict. I don't really want to say the hard R. I don't want to do things that are bad. I don't want to. Wait, you don't want to do coke out of a dog bowl? Yeah, actually I think I'll pass. I I think I don't want to do cocaine out of a dog bowl. I think I'll pass. I think no thank you. You want to be a nice person? What a novel idea. You don't want to sign a blood contract? No. No, I don't think so. I think that I really like the person I am right now, and I think that the person I am is only because I left that situation when I was younger. And so I don't regret it. I got a lot of shit for it at the time, like from my family, but realistically, I really don't regret it. You mean you don't want to be racist? Crazy. No, don't worry, I am still racist. just not to my own kind, you know? Don't worry. No, I'm fucking joking. Maybe my aunt was right. Maybe I am. Maybe I am too. Maybe I am racist towards white people. Maybe I just fetishize them, you know? Maybe I just fetishize them. Internalize racism. Maybe my crush on Joe Keery, Finn Wolfhard, and Josh Hutcherson are all just me fetishizing the white man. In itself, that is a form of racism. So you know what? I think my aunt is right. I think in a way, I am racist towards white people. I just find small white men too attractive. Too attractive. It's unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. I'm just so racist. I'm just so racist. So racist. Anyway. Honey only sees those 3 white men as sexual objects, and it's disgusting. It's their fault for being so attractive. I'm saying! What about Jared Elordi? You mean Jacob Elordi? And before you play the colonizing clip, I don't know what the CLI is. I'm not sure if she can be fixed. It's because I cannot. It's because I simply cannot. I cannot be fixed. You'll just have to live with it. You'll just have to deal with the knowledge that I am incapable of being fixed. There is no fixing me, for I am unfixable. What other CLI words are there? I don't know, bro! I don't know. I say a lot of weird shit. I'm sure there is something that you can hold against me, guys. I'm sure there is something that you can hold against me. I say a lot of weird things. Like that one clip of me being like, I'm sorry I'm brown. I'm so sorry I'm brown. You know? Being a streamer is very odd. It's a very odd career. And most of the time when people ask me what I do for a living, I don't say that I stream. Especially now that I'm going to stream full-time again. Oh yeah, surprise! I'm gonna stream full-time again, so you'll see me tomorrow, I guess. Is that a good idea? No, probably not, but I don't have anything else to do, so... So, I'm gonna stream again tomorrow. Yippee! Yeah, I'm gonna try to stream. My goal is at least 2 days a week, but I would like to have scheduled around 4 times a week. This warrants a full-on announcement. I know it does. But what if I'm just like nonchalant about it? Job check? Oh, so I actually got like a job very quickly after I was fired from my last one. But while I was on the trip to Cali, I talked to my dad's family, and my uncle was like really sad to hear that I wasn't streaming full time anymore. He was really sad about it because before the other arc, I don't think I was doing bad. You know, I don't think I was doing bad. Yeah, it was a 2 view, but I enjoy being a high 2 view. Getting into the 3 views makes me a little nervous. It makes me a little nervous, guys. And I was making enough money to support myself. And that's all that really mattered to me. You know what I mean? I do not care if I am not rich. As long as I have enough money to pay for like rent in my car, that's fine. That's fine. I really don't need anything else. I don't like material things that much because that's just more stuff to pack when I eventually have to move again. But me and him had like a long conversation about it, and he just genuinely was really sad to hear that I wasn't streaming mostly anymore. And he wanted that for me, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try it again. maybe I'll try it. And then, so it was like 2 days later that the new job texted me about orientation, and I sat that morning before I was supposed to go, and I said, I don't want to go. You know, I crashed my car the other day. This place is 30 minutes away. I'm feeling a little sick. I'm not going. So I'm not gonna go. And so guess what? I simply did not go. And because I was already thinking about streaming again. Yeah, a little sick, but I threw up twice. A little sick, but I literally threw up twice that day. So I was like, I'm just not gonna go. And so I simply did not go. And they never texted me about another orientation. So I assume they just rescinded their offer. I know that I interview well, so realistically, if I can't make do, I'll get another part-time somewhere closer. It's not a big deal. I feel like I interview very, very well, so I'm not really worried about it. Poggers! I'm unemployed, so I could stream full-time again. Let's go! That's literally what was going through my brain. That's literally what was going through my brain. I was like, well, this wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because I was already thinking about returning to streaming anyway. Literally full-time streamer until you get another job again. That is the question of if I want to find another job again. Because realistically, the only reason that I really stopped streaming or that I had problems with streaming, and I've talked about this before, was mainly because of my like anxiety. I felt like more people hated me than loved me, and that got into my head so bad. I felt like even though I started because I wanted to do something good for the world, it had just felt like I was just doing more bad. You know, like I was just doing bad. Yeah, and it was just like a dark rabbit hole. And I found out that some friends that I used to like be really close with were like saying these horrendous things about me and making up these things that just weren't true. And it was the same thing as everything that happened of, you know, the last big era and people assuming that I'm a drug addict and all of these things. And so at the time, I was like, my anxiety was just throwing me through the ripper, and I was like calling Minnie and my closest friends, and I was like, I don't even know if it's worth it anymore. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like, I love streaming, I love my audience, but like, I don't know if I can literally physically do this anymore. See, that's the thing is I wasn't even ego searching because I truly believe that ego searching is unfortunately one of the worst things you could do if you're a streamer. I do not look at those things. I don't look at those things anymore. The last time I have looked at something like that was maybe like, honestly, before all of that even happened, because I don't even know how to work like 4chan. I'm gonna be so honest. I really don't understand that platform. I don't understand that platform at all. I had a friend that showed me how to use it like 3 years ago, and I'm not gonna lie, bros. I don't know how to fucking use that website. I don't know how to use that website. This is not even me being like, I don't know, I'm so dumb. No, I genuinely don't fucking know how to use that website. I love that people assume that I'm on that website because, wow, self-aware meta VTuber. But no, unfortunately, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to use that website. I don't know fucking how. I don't know how. I simply don't. But I have been like sent 4chan threads before. You know what I mean? Like I used to be close with this girl And she looked up her name, she looked at my name, and she sent me like a thread. And I think it was 4chan because it was like green, but I don't really know. It was like, it started with like a W or something. Like, what is it? Where? It was like war something. But she sent, yeah, that was it. Warosu. And she sent me like a thread, that was like, oh, blah, 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 this person's a junkie, blah, blah, blah. It was in this stream where she said she was doing something worse than weed. And it was like, and my first reaction is, guys, cigarettes are worse than weed. Cigarettes are worse than weed, guys, bro. I don't understand why these people started thinking that I just like do fucking crack or something. Guys, I am not smoking meth. I don't know where to even fucking get that stuff. I have no idea. I smoke cigarettes. I'll fucking smoke one right now. See, ready? Hear that lighter? Wow! A cigarette! It's a fucking cigarette, bros. It's a cigarette. It's always been a cigarette. It was not. And then I saw so many people being like, ah, she's so fucking high right now. She's fucking fried, guys. She's fucking fried. Unfortunately, guys, this is just my personality. I hate to break it to you. I am not on drugs. This is just my fucking this is just how I am. I know you think I'm a little crazy and that somehow women can't be that way naturally. Yeah, it's called mental illness. It's not drugs. It's mental illness. It's not meth. It's not weed. Also, I've been honest about the fact that I've smoked weed in the past. You think that if I was getting high on stream, I wouldn't fucking market that shit? Hell yeah, I would. I would do a full intoxication stream. I would fucking promote that shit. You think I wouldn't get high on stream for views? I would, guys. Unfortunately for you, I would. Yeah, so anyway, I shouldn't say things like that. I have not smoked weed in at least a few months, because I really don't like weed. It's nice to be high, but it makes me hungry, and I really don't like being hungry. So I have not smoked weed in a very long time. And if I ever was going to get high on stream, you'll know. You'll know because I will market the fuck out of that, okay? Just you'll know because I will market the shit out of that. You think I'm not gonna use it for views? Hell no. I fucking would, guys. I fucking would. You think that's above me? No. No, you would be wrong. You would be wrong. Come find me at my lowest this stream. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I would also just never get high on stream or like doing like because I don't even think I'm comfortable doing drinking streams, because the reason that I don't want to do drinking streams or like high streams or intoxicated streams in general is because unfortunately I don't trust myself to not accidentally dox myself. You know what I mean? Too many of you already know my like first name, and I think that's enough. I think that's fine. So I don't want to do like a drunk stream. I don't want to do a high stream because unfortunately I accidentally dox myself while I'm sober. I will probably accidentally dox myself while I'm intoxicated. So no thanks. Yeah, it's Honey Hunterson. That is indeed my full name, Honey Hunterson. But yeah, so that's my take on it. Anyway, what was I even talking about before I went on that huge rant? Oh, yeah. Anyway, the only reason I really stopped streaming after that was because, again, my anxiety was just bad. People were making up lies about me on the internet. And yeah, obviously not everything said was a lie, but like, come on, guys. Use your fucking brain. Does that mean? Is that bad to say? I shouldn't say things. This is a serious discussion. And I shouldn't patronize people. But holy shit, some of the things that I've heard about myself are so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid, bro. So fucking dumb. So fucking dumb. They lied about you being straight. Only kind of. It's like I said, I think I'm like spicy straight. Unfortunately, I don't think I'd marry a woman, but women are very attractive. This is my first honey stream. I like you. So humble and honest. I am not humble. I am not honest. Don't like me. Don't respect me. Don't. Just don't. They hate liars in particular. But the thing is, 4chan thinks everyone is a liar. Because they don't get an entire full story and they think that everyone is a liar. They think anything and everyone is a liar just because they don't know the full situation. Yeah, treat me like you would a girl failure, okay? That's what I want. That's what I want from our friendship, guys. They don't have the full story to everything until immediately they think anyone who is a liar. Anyone immediately is a liar. Everyone is a liar. Every single one is a liar because I don't know every single little detail. That means everyone's a liar. Everyone's a liar because I said so. Everyone's a fucking liar because I said so. Yeah, that's my take on it. I am not against people who criticize me. I did not send anyone to defend me. I care what people think, but at the end of the day, I don't want to know. I think I'm good. I think I'm fine. I think I'll pass. Thank you, Rico. Thank you so much. Imagine not having white knights to defend your honor. I think that's the... Okay. I don't know if this is safe enough to talk about. Has it been long enough that I can talk about this yet? Let me think. So it's basically like, to clarify, and I'm not gonna name the person because I watch their streams sometimes. I have nothing against this person, but they did like a full stream, like dissecting the situation that I was in, and to clarify, I didn't watch this stream. I didn't watch this stream because I didn't want to know. I didn't want to fucking know. My friend told me about it when it was scheduled, and I simply did not want to know. I didn't want to hear anyone's opinions on it because no one knows the true story except for me and the people involved. No one knows the entire story except for me and the people that were involved. And so I had no interest in watching this stream. I like them as a content creator. I think we're mutuals on Twitter or something. I don't know if we're still mutuals on Twitter. But yeah, it's just one of those things where no one knows the situation except for me and that entity. And that is all. Then that is it. And so them diving into the situation and finding all of that they can online and blah, 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 blah. Because the only thing that everyone really had was a stream accusing me of being intoxicated when I wasn't intoxicated. and word of mouth, you know? And so, again, it's not something that I was gonna take personally. I don't care. I don't care what they said. I do not care. I don't want to know. I do not give a fuck. Because again, I just don't care. I don't want to know. I don't care. But I guess I had like friends of mine or something who were like in the chat. I think it was like Lumi or something. And to be fair, Lumi does know more about the situation because I've told her details that I can't tell anyone publicly because me and her are close friends. And so I think she was like going to bat for me or something. Again, I don't really know because I wasn't there. I just wasn't fucking there. I simply wasn't there, so I don't know what she said. But a lot of people were like, Honey, sending her white knights to defend her. Of course she has to send her friends to defend her. I did not send anyone to that stream. I knew that stream was happening. I didn't watch it. I didn't care to watch it. That's all I'll say about it. That's all I'll say. I did not send anyone to defend me. I did not care. I didn't fucking care. I don't care. I'm sorry, but I don't care. I, at the time, was facing so much negativity. I did not care to see someone diving into a situation that they just weren't involved in. And that's not me saying, oh, drama tubers are bad, because again, I like this content creator. I genuinely watch them sometimes. So it's just one of the things. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that You can make assumptions all you want, but at the end of the day, the only people who are going to know are me and them. Are me and them. I didn't even know there was a stream talking about you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I personally just, I don't know. I didn't watch it. I don't care. It's one of those things. I truly do not care. If it was fair for the info they had available, that's awesome. That's great. I simply did not see. I didn't see the video. I didn't see it. No, I don't think the whole stream was about me. I think just like a little portion. I just didn't see it. I simply have no idea what was said. Yeah, I think it was just like a portion. I think it was like 30 minutes to an hour, but it really was not that serious. I just wanted to talk about it because I saw their name get brought up, and it's like, bros, please, I need you to know I did not send anyone. I did not send anyone. I don't know. So yeah. Unbiased ASMR lighter click. Yeah, do you hear me lighting my fucking cigarettes? Because talking about it is so stressful. Honey had no fucks given. I think it was the point of like, I had so many fucks given that I had no more to give. I had no more to give. Unfortunately, there is just a limit. There's just like a limit. Yeah, I was too mentally exhausted to give a shit. Yeah, that exactly. Perfect phrasing. I simply was too mentally exhausted, so I really did not. I didn't care. I didn't care. I still don't really care. Again, I have genuinely not a single clue what this person has said about me. I don't know how fair it is. I don't know. I'm just saying that the internet is so quick to jump into things that they have no idea. And like I said, two things can be right at the same time. Yeah, I said some things that I shouldn't have said. But I can also feel that I was mistreated. And both of those things can be true. All fucks went out the window. Yeah, unfortunately. It's just like two things can be true at once. And I think so many people are so like dead set on everything on the internet being completely absolute. Oh, hi, Crystal! Hi, Hi, Crystal. Hi, everyone. Everyone say hi to Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Wait, are you saying VTubers lie sometimes? I don't think that in any situation I lied per se, but yeah. Yeah. I don't think I lied, but yeah, sometimes VTubers lie. I don't think I did, but sometimes it happens. Now everyone say hi, Crystal. Hi, Crystal. He's going to drag me out of irrelevance. Crystal, tell everyone about how you're going to drag me out of irrelevance. Tell him, Crystal. A lot look at hiding information as lying, but it's also like, how much information could I give under an NDA? You know? like just how much information could I really give? It was a losing game. No matter what, both sides lost in that situation. I think what sucks a lot is that a lot of people are going to look at me and think, oh, she only did that to bring them down, blah, blah, blah. She only joined it to ruin their reputation. That's not what happened. That's just not what happened. That's just not what happened, guys. That's simply not what happened. But whatever. Whatever. Yeah, losing game. No one wins. It's whatever. Got big plans for Hunii here. Secret / classified. I actually already told them. I actually already told them. No, but I didn't say it on stream. I didn't say it on stream. I didn't say it on stream. Yeah, you know, she would actually just tell us. Yeah, I can't keep a fucking secret, unfortunately. Sorry, man. I didn't know it was a secret. I didn't know you wanted it to be a secret. My bad. My bad. Whoops. Yeah, I didn't know it was a secret. You should have made me sign an NDA, Crystal. Seemed like you should have made me sign an NDA. Seems like your fault. Whoops. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, what was I saying before Crystal got here? I literally do not remember. Yeah, Crystal, are you gonna make me sign a blood contract? Now that you're my manager, even though you have a girlfriend who I have met before, people are going to think that you're my boyfriend now. So, I hope you're prepared for that. Hope you're prepared. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Collaboration with Hunii, new upcoming series, new mini comics. Yeah. The classic manager equals boyfriend. But he has a girlfriend, so I guess it's technically a throuple now. Whoa, it's just like that video. Whoa. No, you can tell people, I just don't want you to like post it. You know what I mean? I don't want you to post it until it's ready. Like, I don't want you to, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know that one thing that happened with, you know who? Yeah, that's the only thing I don't want to happen. But if they get that information from my stream, then whatever. whatever, who fucking cares? A VTuber being a lewd deviant? Whoa. Not gonna lie, I had no idea how to manage. It's something I literally have only talked about once, and I only talked about it in the Discord server. Because it's not like a big thing, you know what I mean? Me and Crystal have been friends for like years now, and we planned on dropping a new comic series with the new debut, with the Rory debut. And I think as we were coming up for things, I was just like, you should just be my manager. I don't want to deal with all this on my own. And he was like, okay. And that was literally, we didn't like formalize it at all. I don't even know if this is like a real thing we're doing. I'm just gonna tell people that you're my manager for the next like 3 years. I hope you're okay with that. I remember you talking about it. It was so short. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's really not like a serious thing. This is not like a professional thing. We're just friends goofing around. Real, hella relatable. Yeah, it's just me going, I don't want to do this. Can you do it for me? You might as well be my manager. Yeah, that's literally how it went. It's kind of the same way that I ended up like modding a few of you guys, is because I was like, the Discord needs changes, but I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it, so you guys can just be mod. Yeah, that's how Sally became a mod. Wow, wow. Congratulations, Sally. Just me going, I don't want to do this. Sorry, you're just gonna see me like randomly have weird tracking. That's me smoking. I'm still on my first cigarette. I just smoke very slowly. Deserved mod, to be honest. I'll talk about devoted. Yeah, isn't it crazy that Sally found me on like my graduation? and he's been here ever since. Truly the most devoted. The most devoted. Found me on graduation and was like, fuck, she's dead now. She's dead now. Thank you for sticking around despite my death. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The Rory stuff is coming together really nice. I just got the first sketch of like the reference sheet. I'm waiting for the rigger to text me back about slots opening, because I want to do like the at least like design reveal by June 5th. And then the debut will probably be like June, July, or August. Yeah, like July, August. And worst case scenario, we'll do like a late debut and have it be in like September. But then it could be near my birthday. So then Roy can be my birthday present. So, either way, sounds pretty darn nice. Pretty darn nice. Yeah, VTubing takes so long. But also it's good because it'll give us time to really love the Hunii model while we have her, because I love her. And she was such a good character to me for so long. I am not a pink little dog. I am no longer a pink little dog. I want to be a wolf. I want to be a big dog. Sorry, that was cringy. I shouldn't say things. I shouldn't say things. I'm gonna miss the police Hunii as well. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Boy, oh boy, do me and Crystal have something prepared for you. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. I like to think that it's even better. I've been a police officer for every reiteration of myself. I want you to know that. Every version of Hunii, every online internet persona that I have played within the past 3 years has been a cop. You think I'm letting go of that? No. Fuck no. No. She's not technically a cop anymore. She's a little cooler. So, one IRL cop Hunii, $200. $200. $200 I'll put on a cop outfit and I'll take pictures. It's not gonna be a sexy one. It's gonna be like one of those like jumpsuits. It'll be a jumpsuit. I unfortunately refuse to sexualize myself for my audience any more than I've already have. You're walking a line. And I'll do it again. No, don't do that. I'm not serious. I probably am scamming you. I will scam you. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. We're still waiting on IRL dog. You saw that. You saw IRL dog, honey. You saw it. You saw it. You've literally seen it. I was almost pressing the button. You still can. But it's a 50-50 chance. But it's a 50-50 chance. You don't have good odds for that right now. You don't have good odds. Because maybe I'll do it and I'll like feel bad, but I probably won't. I probably won't. You know that? I probably won't. I probably won't. How much for a mini and honey drinking stream? I'd have to ask her. Because our times are so like outside of it. You know what I mean? Our timelines are so like bad that I don't like. Either way, one of us is going to be drinking way before 5 o'clock, guys. One of us is gonna be way before 5 o'clock. Yeah, she lives so far right now. I don't think we could do a drinking stream. One of us would be like day drinking. One of us would be majorly day drinking. So yeah. Just day drinking, and that's the stream. Yeah, I forget about the time difference. Yeah, I'm sorry. So it's not very likely. It's not very likely. I know. I miss my princess. We talked a little this morning. I love her so much. I miss her so much. I can say so many nice things about my princess. So many nice things. 6-hour diff only. Womp womp. I don't actually know what the time difference between us is. I know that sometimes when it's night for me, it's day for her. And I don't know. She talks about how much she misses you all the time. As she should. I miss her so much. I miss her so much. It's not even funny. I miss her. I could die out of yearn for my princess. Man, I'm smoking this so slow. It keeps going out. It literally keeps going out. Man. Be a cool kid and get a vape. I don't know why. But unfortunately, I can't vape. I know that all the cool kids my age vape. I know that we all vape. I know that we're all nicotine addicted in some way. But unfortunately for me, I prefer my cancer acoustic. I prefer my cancer acoustic, guys. I can't vape. I don't know what it is. The second I try to hit a vape, it's like my body goes into shock and I cough literally like I'm literally coughing up a lung every single time. It doesn't matter if it's a small hit. It doesn't matter if it's literally just the tiniest bit of that in my lungs. I am going to genuinely cough until I throw up. And that has been what it is for forever. I cannot vape. I can smoke cigarettes and sometimes I cough, but most of the time I really don't. But I can't vape. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Am I like allergic to something in the vape juice? I don't know. But the second a vape touches my lips, I am literally coughing up my lung. It's so bad. I don't even have any near me. Because again, I don't vape. You go into my apartment and you just see cigarette boxes. Empty cigarette boxes by the gallon. It makes no sense. Yeah, I know. I don't understand the science between it. But I just can't vape. I just can't. I don't know why. Sounds expensive. I have like the Shell membership. And so you get like 2 boxes, you buy one, get one free. So it's not that expensive. so it's not that expensive. Oh, of course you do. What do you mean? Do you guys not get the Shell membership? I also like like don't chain smoke as much anymore. Like I used to a little bit, but I don't think I do anymore. I think today I've only had 2 cigarettes, including the one in my hand. So, yeah. So, yeah. Don't worry. My unhealthy habits are not that bad. I hope that's the last for today. Realistically, it probably will be, just because, I don't want to get another box. I don't have a job right now, and Twitch doesn't pay until, like, the 21st. And I think they stop at, like, the 12th. So my next paycheck is in like 3 weeks. I think I'm gonna keep this box for a little while. I'm gonna keep this box for a little while. I go to Quick Trip, it's cheap. I want to work at a Quick Trip. I want to do like overnight at a Quick Trip, but everyone always tells me that it's dangerous. But I want to. I want to work overnight at a Quick Trip. I want to work at a Quick Trip. For those of you who don't know, Quick Trip is like a gas station, but it's like really big. It's just like a very big convenience store. It's like Buc-ee's, but less big. It's not dangerous at Quick Trip. I would love to know that that's truth. I would love it if Quick Trip wasn't dangerous. But I think when you're like a woman doing like overnight, unfortunately it's all dangerous. You're gonna end up being the girl from Burn. Really? Really? You think you think Josh Hutcherson will come in? you think he'll just rob me? You think he'll rob me? Would I be lucky enough to get robbed by Josh Hutcherson? Cause I'm just saying, there have been worse things that have happened, guys. Worse things that have happened. There have been worse things that have happened. My God, honey, lust on your own time. Listen, you're in my stream. You're in my stream. You are going to ingest some of my lust. That's just the way it goes. The thirst channel is quite dead. Could you try fixing it? Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Anyway. Anyway. Holy essay? Anyway, actively. Yeah, didn't you say that's what you wanted? Didn't you say that's what you wanted? Am I not doing what you asked of me? Is this not what you asked for? Proud of you, honey. You last posted only 2.5 hours into stream. Wow. Only. Okay. Do we want to do a little bit of karaoke and then wrap it up? Is that the move? Peak unemployment. Peak unemployment. Yeah, this is what we're getting for the next 8 hours. Don't worry, right after this, we can go into the Discord and watch Josh Hutcherson Thirst Media. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Okay. Also, a question. How do people do ASMR streams without the like ASMR mic? Can I ask? Does anyone know? Would I just turn my gain up very high? Like live or like live? Hold on. We're gonna test something. We're gonna test something, okay? Because I'm pretty sure my mic is already very, very high. Okay, so my gain right now is 7.3. I'm gonna turn it up to 30. Wow. Hello. Can you hear me? Is this ASMR enough for you? Hello? Hello? Do you feel ASMR'd? Hello? Do you feel ASMR'd yet? Wow. Hello? Is this ASMR yet? I'll do a little lobotomy for you. Hold on. What does this sound like? That's my scalpel. That's my scalpel on the other side of your like little brain, your little head. Are you ready? I'll begin cutting the incision now. I'll begin cutting. That was the top of your head. You just got like scalped. Here, let me do the other side. Can you hear that? What about this? Can you hear that? Don't worry, guys. I'll put it back on. I just need to like get into your brain. Oh my, do you hear that? Yeah, your brain's a little bit hollow. But don't worry, it's okay. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. And now I'm just gonna take these pliers and I'm just gonna Oh, whoops, I kinda went a little too deep there. Oh man, hopefully you're gonna be okay. Don't worry. Whoops, okay. Okay. There we go. And I'm just gonna carve out that little piece of your brain. Yep, just like that. Alrighty. And let's just take it all out. Oh, perfect! Now that I've cut that part of your brain, you should start to feel a lot better now. I hope that you're less angry and less anxious, and I hope this lobotomy treats you well. I'm gonna turn this off. The bit is old. The bit is done. What was I at before? 7.3? Yeah, good enough. Good enough. How was that? Was that a good attempt to like ASMR? Be honest. Was that a good attempt at ASMR? Be honest. We could try it again. it wasn't bad. Really? Really? You mean it? I don't know. I have like a Shure 7 SMB. Does that do like multiple directions? Because I literally wouldn't know. I genuinely wouldn't know. I have no idea. I wouldn't know. I don't know if this mic even does that. So does it? So does it do that? How would I do that? Because I have like a Scarlet something. Because that could be cool if I did. What mic is it? I have like a Shure SM7B or something. Cardioid. What does that mean? Guys, I gave away my old ear mic. I gave away my old ear mic to someone who doesn't like me anymore. Should I get like a new omnidirectional mic? What's a good ASMR mic? Put it on Throne or something? Well, the one that I had was really expensive, so I don't know if I want to put it on Throne because I feel bad. Cause I had like the ear one. You know what I mean? Like the full ear one. Let me look up how much that one cost. $3DO. So much money. Oh, this one's cheaper. What is this one? Is this the... Is this the one with the... Which one is this? Because I think I need like an XLR one. No, not an XLR one, but the ones that like... Yeah, I think I need like an XLR one, because that's what my freaking audio interface is. Oh my god, the XLR one is so expensive. Let me see, is there like a way to get this cheaper? Amazon. Guys, would it be questionable to get to get a used one? Would it be questionable to get a used one? I can always just get like a Blue Yeti. I can always just get like a Blue Yeti. Let me see. Blue Yeti for ASMR. Downgrading to my old mic just so I can get just so I can do ASMR for 2 streams. That's so expensive, Jesus Christ. But the Blue Yeti is only $76. 2 streams? Does it have to be 2? No, it'll probably be 1. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry, it'll probably be 1. No, I don't know. Because I'm really used to pre-recorded roleplay ASMR. But I think it would be nice to do that again, but while also doing like actual ASMR as like a part of it. Because I mostly just do like the roleplay aspect rather than the ASMR aspect. And I think it would be cool to get back into it, but doing both. Like having it making actual ASMR sometimes. So I'll consider doing it. I just don't know how to do like regular ASMR. You know what I mean? I think like the roleplay aspect is like so like deep into my brain that I don't think I can like do like real ASMR anymore. You know? I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, let me see. We're in this karaoke. What song do I want to sing? What song do I want to sing, I wonder? Oh, I can do this one. I did like a recorded version of this one, so that might be fun. Hold on, give me like 3 minutes to try to set up ASMR stuff. I'll be right back. I meant karaoke stuff, not ASMR stuff. Oh, I will be RB. That's just like I never changed that. I never took the knot on it. You know what I mean? I never took the knot off of it. Wait, hello? Hello? I don't think I set this up right whatsoever. I'm so serious. I really don't think I set this up right. So you're just gonna have to put up with it, okay? You're just gonna have to put up with it. Because I really don't think I set this up right. So is it gonna be offbeat? Yeah, probably. Probably. But you'll simply have to live. I don't even think you can hear that. Hold on. It's either I figure this out or we unstream. And either way is kind of fine. Wait, can this work? Oh, there it is. Okay, wait. Why can't you hear it? Oh. Can you hear it now? No, why? What about now? Guys, it simply does not work. Heard it for a second. What do you mean? Did you hear it now? No? See, this is so weird. Why does Streamlabs hate me? Why does it want me to kill myself? Why does Streamlabs want me to die? Okay, what if I did? Hell no. No. No, I don't think so. Alright, I'll have to fix that next time we're live, but I'm gonna be live again tomorrow. Probably for around the same time. I don't wanna do too long of streams right now, but my goal is like 2.5 to 3 hours. 4 hours would be nice, but I'm not gonna force myself because I wanna take it one step at a time and just get back into the jig of streaming. So I'm gonna stream tomorrow again. I'm probably gonna stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then we'll see if I'm okay with keeping up with that. And then we'll make it like a set schedule. Okay. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll kill you. Not really, but probably. Okay, love you. Bye, 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 bye. Bye. See you tomorrow.